Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Tuesday, I started a juice cleanse yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. All juice. I think there's 5 bottles of juice they send you per day, right? Is it coffee? Yeah. 5 bottles.
And a cashew milk,
and
so technically 6.
So 6 bottles, 5 bottles of juice and cashew milk. And I'm doing a 3-day juice cleanse with 3 of my son Kemp's coaches. And I saw them yesterday. And a couple of them were having a hard time doing the juice cleanse. One of them, Coach Show, he was like, I love this. I can go on forever. I want to do another 5 days, right?
Wow.
And the other 2 were like having a hard time. They were like, is this what Tom Hanks was like on Castaway? and then another coach who's not doing it, he was like eating a hamburger and he'd walk over and tap one of the guys in the face with the hamburger. And then he was eating some French fries and he was like, oh, man, I'm full. And just take them and dump them in the trash. Guess not going to eat these. He dumped it right in front of these guys. So anyway, I weighed myself today. I lost 6 pounds.
In one day?
In one day.
It
Juice cleanse.
has to be like nature, Johnjay.
Water weight or something.
Well, I gained 11 over the holidays, and I've lost 6. And I got 2 days left. I got 2 days left of the juice because I'm starting day 2. And I followed it to a T, this juice cleanse yesterday.
Yeah, you're supposed to drink a lot of water, which maybe the other coaches
I told them
forgetting because it's a lot of drinking.
I know.
A lot of juice.
And you really got to think ahead because you might have to pee. Well, you're gonna pee, so you got to be like last night. I had my last juice at like 8:30. I was like, God, I don't want to go to sleep now because I'm going to get up and pee in a half hour. Mm-hmm. So I stayed up as long as I could so I could pee before I got up in the morning. You know what I mean? Yeah. So 6 pounds, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I feel good. I have good energy. And every time we talk about them on the commercials that we do, it's like, you'll have great energy. And I have great energy.
That's what it is.
Nice.
Yeah, so the juice cleanse is squeezed.com, and there's no promo code. And I talked about it yesterday with Kyle, and then also I got all the DMs. What's the promo code? There isn't one. It's automatic, but it's squeezed.com. And I highly recommend this juice cleanse, and they deliver it to you, and it's fantastic. It's really fantastic. So now, on the flip side of that, my quest for the hyperbaric chamber?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it on your Instagram yesterday. I'm like, you're still on this thing, huh?
Oh, yeah, I went last night. I found a place. Turns
out
to be the largest hyperbaric chamber place in the United States of A. And so I went to it was a trip. It was a total trip. And that's where I had to plan the pee. Because I had to be in there for an hour and a half.
So you went to go just experience the chamber, or was this your quest to purchase one for your own home?
Well, it turns out that this place also sells refurbished ones, but this one, these tanks are it's like being in a submarine.
It's like huge. It looks like a cave.
Well, the one I was in there's a family size.
We all fit in there.
I know.
Where's he gonna
That's what I
put
mean.
this?
We can schwand. We can do some schwanding, and all of us go. They have different levels. They have a big tank, which is the one my son Kemp and I went in yesterday. Then they have these little individual tanks, which I'm going back today to go in these little tanks.
Well, I wonder if that's why you have energy, because of that.
Maybe, because that's what it does. Because you go in there, and they put an oxygen tube in your nose, so you're breathing 100% oxygen. She said that when you normal person on the day, you get 22% oxygen as you're breathing, but they put 100% oxygen up your nose as you sit in this tank for an hour and a half, and then you just sit there. You can't have your cell phone, so I wasn't prepared. Like, now I'm going to bring a book or something, but you just sit there. I took a nap, but I was in there for an hour and a half with my son Kemp.
You can nap? That's fine? Works?
Yeah, you're
amazing.
It's like being in this room.
I gotta go take my nap.
Yeah, and then it turns. I really don't know what it does, except your ears get clogged up, and then you have to do that thing where you yawn and stretch, and then you pop your ears, and then anyway, I don't know. So I did that yesterday. It's called Serenity Hyperbarics is where I went, and I guess the San Francisco 49ers were here for the last couple of weeks, and they were going there every day, all of them. They were all they just took that whole place over. So I was there. I put pictures up on my stories, and I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know what it does. It's supposed to be really good for you. I've researched it like crazy, and if you ask me what it does, I don't know.
What's interesting is you're doing everything that an elite athlete would do, except you don't have the elite or the athlete part.
None of that.
Yeah.
Well, how did your son like it? Because he's an athlete.
Yeah, well, he hurt his ankle, and so we're trying. And he's got a huge tournament coming up, and so we're trying to do everything we can to. He also did cryo yesterday. He also trying to do everything we can to get his ankle so he can play.
Well, how was his X-ray? Didn't you have to go do that too?
Did his X-ray, and his X-ray is fine, but we have to do a CT later today, and then go back into the hyperbaric chamber today. So anyway, it was a crazy thing, but I had to drink my juice, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to this hyperbaric chamber for an hour and a half. I don't want to have to pee while I'm in there. So I had to, that's when you're doing the juice cleanse, you got to be like, okay, wait.
What happens if you do? Do you have to like kind of like knock like, hey?
No, they give you a walkie-talkie.
Okay.
So
You
they
can't
give
have
you,
a cell phone, but you can have the walkie-talkie?
I guess so. Yeah, so you have the walkie-talkie. And then it had these little windows, like, like submarine windows.
Yeah.
And so every once in a while, the lady who owns the place pops her head in the window. And she's looking at you.
Thumbs up. You good?
Yeah. And then
It seems to me like you'd rather go to a place where they can monitor you than do it at home and have that at your house.
well, I got to drive. It was a
I don't know.
45-minute drive. I like having it.
Oh.
Well, it depends where you live, but for me, it was far away. But I really liked the experience, and I feel really good. But I don't know if it's the juice or the I don't know if it's all the 1,000 things
The
I'm doing to
cold
myself.
plunge?
Yeah,
I did
it's
the
a
cold
lot.
plunge this
You do
morning.
a lot. It's like
I did the
hard to-
Peloton this morning.
Trampoline.
I came back 2021, guns blazing, man.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
That's the way
going.
to do it. That's the way to do it.
Did you feel better on the Peloton this morning?
Feel better?
Yeah, like working out, because I know we were talking about how hard it was jumping on for the first time this year.
I got on the Peloton pissed off because
Why?
because I can't find they haven't done a new class yet.
Nah, they
And
haven't.
I even tweeted Peloton this morning pissed off, and then someone goes, because you get on the Peloton, it's 2021 and all the classes I can find are 2020, and I want a new class, a new vibe. I'm moving forward, and I took a class, I love that Alex Trisson, I took his class, but it was from Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I tweeted Peloton this morning. I said, come on, man. How are you not prepared for 2021 and having your instructors have new classes? And I get a tweet back from some random person going, first world problems. Come on, man.
Seriously?
Yeah. First world problem?
Oh,
Okay,
I
so
wouldn't
you want me
expect
just to
that.
tweet about the horrible stuff that's happened in my life? Yeah, my uncle died of COVID. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like,
we're just asking why
I'm
there's
talking
no
about,
classes.
yeah, you can have first world problems, you can have third world problems. Whatever problems you have. But I choose to look at optimistic. I try to be positive, and I also am looking at you can have many different issues in life.
But also, I think you look at any other company in the fitness world, and it's like, this is go time.
This is
Yeah.
it.
This is
If
prime
not
you're
time
still on
right now.
vacation.
Like whoever
Yeah.
the CEO of Peloton is, how do you not have your S together where you don't have every single, like you had a meeting in October and you're like, everybody, January, start taping your classes now, and you're going to drop a 15-minute class, a 20-minute class, an hour class, a 2-hour class.
And you're
and
positive there isn't just like a 2021 button you haven't clicked yet?
No,
I don't know
because
that.
I checked yesterday too, ready to see some new classes, and I didn't see any. And I found it very confusing. I'm like, right now would be the time
This
to
is
have
it.
these classes.
Maybe
Unless-
they're all off till like today.
I
Maybe
feel like
they're on vacation.
I feel because I've heard a lot, the Peloton guys, like I'm sure they're booming, business is booming, and I'm in my brain, I'm making up this story of like a corporate takeover behind the scenes, and because there's this corporate takeover that they haven't been able to talk to their people to tell them to put out new classes. Like I feel like there's something behind the scenes. Like it makes no sense to me that this company, like if you turn on the TV or you go to on your Instagram, it's just gym membership, the mirror, you're seeing commercials for everything, but you're not seeing commercials for Peloton. And except for right now, us talking about it. This is the best thing that's happened to Peloton in 2021.
Are they like,
They're a
they're
little
like,
behind,
we
maybe.
did really well last year. We're just
Yeah,
going to
we're out.
coast.
Ah,
We're just
we're
21.
fine.
2021 it's all about coasting.
Remember that whole thing about where the husband bought the wife the Peloton because she needed to lose weight? You guys thought that backfired on us? No.
No.
Went really well for us.
Best year ever.
We're selling so many, we don't need stupid commercials.
Yeah.